Hello and welcome to Bransby Horses. Today I'm going to read you a magical story about a little black Shetland pony who's all alone at Christmas. The tale of this pony, who's called Pudding, starts off really quite sad, I have to warn you. But don't worry, it ends up happily, thank goodness. Pudding's story is very like the real life stories we have here at Bransby Horses, where we rescue and care for hundreds of ponies, just like Pudding. After you've listened to the story, you might like to ask your teachers some questions about Bransby Horses, and we've sent your teachers lots of information about it. You could also, if you wanted to, send us an email if you've got any questions, or just let us know what you think of the story of Pudding. We'd love to hear from you. Anyway, let's go. Pudding's Christmas Miracle. Alone in a field on a cold winter's night stood a little black Shetland, not merry, not bright. Her mane was all matted, her hooves far too long, her water trough empty, and her hay all gone. She longed for some friends. She was cold and so weak. Just her in a field, so muddy, so bleak. She looked to the sky and sighed with a plea. Could anyone love a pony like me? Waking next morning, she heard a strange sound. It grew louder and louder. Had she been found? Rattling and rumbling, it creaked and it squeaked. 4 wheels and a trailer had broken her sleep. She then saw a lady, all gleaming and bright, jump out of the cab, a wonderful sight. Her kindness shone out, she was gentle and sweet. A bump and a thump went the pony's heartbeat. The lady spoke softly and reached out her hand. The Shetland stayed still on the muddy wet land, not daring to hope that her saviour had come, an angel, to lead her from this life so glum. Our pony was nervous, with nowhere to hide. Her tummy was topsy and turvy inside, so lonely and frightened, so far from carefree. Could anyone love a pony like me? But slowly and surely, our pony relaxed as the lady was stroking and patting her back. Gently she talked of a wonderful place with lovely kind people and plenty of space, where horses and ponies and donkeys and mules could live happy lives with nobody cruel, where friends were aplenty to love and to care. She'd never feel hungry or lonely despair. Our brave little pony felt flickers of hope as the lady then guided her up to the slope. Into the trailer she cautiously shuffled. Her shaggy black mane was windswept and ruffled. Her heart raced and pounded as the cab bounced along, past fields full of snow with the sound of birdsong. The rattling and rumbling eventually slowed. The trailer had come to the end of the road. And where is this place with such magic and charm, with sweet loving kindness, so free from all harm, where all those who visit are so keen to care? Bransby Horses she'd come to, that's where. Our pony was led to a stable nearby, with comfy fresh straw, all cosy and dry. At last, in good hands with a safe place to lie, surrounded by fields beneath a Lincolnshire sky. Let's get you cleaned up and we'll start with your hair, said fresh-faced young Holly, approaching with care. The tangles and knots she carefully brushed, the pony's scared whimpers she lovingly hushed. Her mane was washed clean as she stood quiet and still, hearing of Christmas and stockings to fill. We'll call you Pudding, so tiny and sweet, you'll surely be everyone's favourite to meet. Our pony's ears pricked at the sound of the words. She liked the name Pudding and all she had heard about Santa and gifts and today Christmas Eve. Her feelings of joy she could scarcely believe. Soon came a dentist to clean Pudding's teeth. Her limbs were all checked by a physio named Keith. Next came a vet who looked her over too to make sure that she'd soon feel tickety-boo. At once Once Pudding heard a great clipping and clopping. Her spirits, so fragile, were suddenly dropping. What scaring new threat was upsetting her calm and making her feel she would come to great harm? Into the yard trotted dozens of ponies, Bouncer and Twinkle and Bernard and Tony, Jester and Bubbles and Sydney and Viv, new pony friends for our Pud to play with. At first little Pudding was shy for a while, but they welcomed her into their group with a smile. She slowly relaxed with young Holly's kind aid and joined in the game, no longer afraid. Several hours later, the ponies were yawning. They knew that tomorrow would be Christmas morning. Time for bed now in their warm, cosy stall. Slowly and surely, their eyelids all fall. Later that eve, while the horses all snoozed, in crept a farrier with magic horseshoes. All dressed in red, his beard scruffy and white. He'd come here to do something special this night. He looked down on Pudding, asleep on fresh hay. Her broken, torn feet filled his heart with dismay. He soon got to work as our ponies slept on, filing and trimming till her old wounds were gone. Oh Pudding, your hooves, once so broken and old, are twinkling so brightly, they're now shining gold. With his Merry Christmas magic and a wink of his eye, the farrier soon finished and whispered goodbye. Waking refreshed on this Christmas Day morn, our Pudding jumped up and stretched out with a yawn. Suddenly, she spotted a sparkle of gold surrounding her feet, no more broken and old. She kicked up her legs to admire her gold feet, truly amazed by this magical treat. For Pudding, this gift was the best Christmas present. She knew life at Bransby would always be pleasant. As weeks turned to months and the days became longer, Pudding grew ever more trusting and stronger. Now you can see her all cheerful and well, cared for and healthy and fit, you can tell. Her golden shoes gleaming, she's surely come far. Pudding is our favourite sponsorship star. Safe and well loved, now Pudding can see, yes, someone can love a pony like me. Did you like that story? I did. I liked reading it to you too. Wasn't it wonderful how the charity and the magical farrier helped Pudding? And how many friends Pudding made at Bransby? Can you remember any of their names? Do you think one of these ponies behind me could be the real life Pudding? I think that one might be her over there, but I'd have to check her feet to be sure, wouldn't I? If you'd like to buy the book or come and visit us here at Bransby, we have a special Pudding event running throughout November up until Christmas Eve. And you might even, if you visit, get to see the real Pudding too. Hope you come. And remember, Pudding lives at Bransby Horses. Now thank you for listening so nicely and keep safe this Christmas. Hope to see you soon.